My keys.
What?
I got a security.
All right, hey everybody, this is the Bachelor Pad Radio, and in classic fashion, we got called out by a couple people on the from Late Night Tea that went, oh, what time do you start? 9:30-ish, and then they always come on late. They're always known to be a little later than normal, which is
fashionably late. All right, fashionably
It's really
late.
Alice
well, and we
Cooper.
had to get some of the and tonight is going to be kind of a, and I'm not going to say lowbrow. It just happens to be very. I kind of put it out there that, hey, what would you guys, because Marlene chimed in yesterday. Hi, lady, how are you? And Crute, or I could have been calling Crute a lady. I don't know.
Hey, man. Don't judge.
Yeah, that's right. So with doing this, I went, okay, what do you guys think? And then they hit me with a couple cool topics, like you
All
should
right.
talk about this and whatever. Now, because it is Late Night Tea, and because Late Night Tea is that away, it's very sexual driven. So Al comes in listening to the State of Union address, which I had to turn off, right? Because I'm listening to Trump, and I'm like, oh, this is hurting my brain. Like,
Dude, it just makes me crack up. I just laugh my ass off.
that is the equivalent of soft Peter. Like, yep,
Right.
no, like,
I mean, I'm totally desensitized because I don't know which was worse, Trump's State of the Union or the 8 ones we had with Obama. I still can't tell which one was worse. I think they're all just bloody awful.
well, at least there was a smidgen of professionalism in the other ones, right? Well, at least
Wow.
you do give
was
off
there,
the.
though?
Well, look, whatever,
there, though?
whatever's being said is all smoke and mirrors, whatever,
Right.
whatever way you look at it. But
It's kind of what I said.
at
Great.
least you have a statesman in
Right.
the having the talk, right? I can listen to just about anything,
Right.
whether the information's right or wrong, but at least make it sound like it's coming out of someone who's read a book.
Yeah, I'll give that to Obama. Is that he definitely sounds smarter, but then he proved over 8 years that he's just as dumb as the rest of them.
No, dude, it's
So.
it's agenda based.
And it's all I've said it for years, right? Republicans and Democrats.
What up, Pooley?
Are the same exact thing. They both want bigger government, more regulations. Democrats want to do it from like the regulation side of it. Republicans want to do it from the social side of it. It's just which side of the coin are we flipping today? Are we going to lock down on social things or lock down on the economy?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't care. I'm going to be on this planet for 20, 30 years, and I'm going
Right.
to drive off a bridge.
Make that hard left.
Make that hard left
you
and
go.
call it a wrap. Right? That's
There
it.
you
I
go.
I really don't care. I hope y'all
that's
burn the
your-
joint down.
That's your plan, man. You're going to drive off. Why the bridge? All right. So my plan is when the knees
Look,
go out.
he busts my balls about my plan, and then he's
I'm
like,
going-
Fact that
now
he's
my
got a
plan.
Yeah,
plan.
because that's a dumb plan.
Wow.
Hell no.
Screw
That's
you. It's my
a
plan.
stupid plan. That's no.
No,
You gotta go out-
Jake, I think you should just go on the road. You're just going. You're heading straight in your
That's
direction.
right.
Then just make a hard left. Like you'll be
I
fine.
mean,
Damn
maybe if
Skippy.
you do it in rush hour traffic, so that just everybody's like, "What the?" Like,
No.
and you're on the news and
No,
because
no.
like
You
my
do it late at
plan,
night when no
my
one's on the
plan is to
road.
do a whole like live stream on whatever platform we have when my
Of course,
knees
who
go
wants
out.
attention?
Right. I'm gonna be remembered. I'm gonna be like, we're gonna jump this 300-foot cliff, and then I'm gonna like forget my parachute, and just like jump off the cliff and be like, "Oops, I forgot my parachute." Bye world.
Jake,
Um,
all he wants is publicity and people to remember
Yeah.
that he was a complete
See, you're
douche.
going out with ego,
Dude,
and you're nobody
I'm
will
going
care. You're
out.
dead,
I'm going
bro.
out riding a snowboard, jumping off a cliff, and gonna be happy as hell about it.
Yeah.
Dude, Jake, he's going off of ego. You're going off of.
I'm just calling
just
it. I'm
think-
just calling it a wrap. Yeah.
I just think that you could like jump. Like, there's got to be something in the world that like you're like that would be a cool way to go.
Hi, Marlene. How are you? Okay, now here's the thought, right? And it was funny because some of the stuff that we were talking about a little bit before, like, she was even saying sexually. She was like, I hope I don't become so jaded like you. And I'm like, dude, you've done a lot of stuff. Like, she kind of posed the question, like, what's the one thing and whatever? And I'm like, there isn't one thing. Like, dude, after you've been banging for a while, you've done a lot of cool stuff. Stuff can be cool inside. It's like the Russian dolls that you just keep opening and there's smaller little dolls inside of it or whatever.
I don't want it to get smaller. I like it when it gets bigger.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
I like some big.
Hey.
And as you're, there's just something more, like a new dynamic. Like, you didn't even know you dug this, or wow, that was really neat when that happened. But after a while, like, to think about it mentally and go, oh, it's that one thing, right? Like, whether it be a fantasy or whether it be this, whatever it may be.
I just want to figure out how pegging started.
Pegging?
Yeah.
What is pegging?
When a straight dude takes a strap on to the yoo-hoo.
You know the name of this? Like, what were you Googling before
dude,
you got here?
That was on late night tea, bro.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Dude, I've had kind of a busy day. My tea.
That was like
Jake,
4
you
days
put
ago.
That on there?
No, I didn't put that on there.
Why are you letting him be a homo?
Look, he can, you know, he can be whatever or however.
Why are you letting him change you into a homo?
How in the
Wait,
world is
how-
that changing me into anything? This is because he talks, just because him and Graham had a
Dude,
moment
that
yesterday.
that was way too.
And we got the lady with the cool name, in the show today.
Can you even say her name?
I am. Sometimes I like to keep it. I don't know if they want to be put on blast or whatever. The fact that we like her name, it's a cool combo name. It's pretty
Right.
neat.
But you put everyone on blast anyway.
No,
I'm gonna
not
put
always.
you on blast. Do we have the shiwi yet?
No, the shiwi. I forgot to call old buddy.
You
You should have
called
reminded
him.
me.
Why would I remind you? You were too busy playing. I'm gonna drink my coffee. Oh no, I'm gonna eat my donuts. Then
Yeah. Well, that was because I was kept up way later than anticipated
oh no,
through
that
my
was
day off.
completely my fault.
You know what
I've
game I
had
wanted to play?
apologize
Speaking
to
of playing games, I wanted to play the game called Drink the Beer today. I didn't get to do it.
Yeah. Where, like,
makes
what
me
did you
sad.
do throughout your day that you again came in late? Like, what is? Yeah, because the
Right.
days that you tell me, like, oh, dude, it's crazy. I ate Chinese food and took a nap, and
Right.
and then I'm like, dude, you live right down the street.
And then-
I didn't even
and
go to
then
the
there's-
office today, and I'm like, how do you show up late when you're like you're seriously 2.5 miles
Right.
that way? You're here at 6:30 in the afternoon, and then still like
I'm
it's
still
dude,
late.
I'm late at everything in life. I was
Right.
late today.
No, that's how I am. Like I will get up, be like, I'm gonna get to work at 7:00, and then I'll roll in at 10:30 and be like, yeah, that just didn't work. 18 things happened. No, we got this whole big project at work, and I've been saying for the last 4 months that this project has no direction, and the person leading it is incompetent and can't do their job. And then today they're like, so we all have to stay late to finish it, and I'm like, dude, this isn't my job. Like, I write code. I don't do this stuff. I don't know how to do this stuff. I don't have the skills to do it. But, yeah, no, I'll sit here and sit on. I literally sat there, got paid for like an extra 4 hours to sit on Reddit. I didn't actually get paid because I'm salaried, which is even like
even
the
it's
bigger.
insult
But
to injury at that point.
what they don't know is that I got a job offer today, and they're taking me out for drinks on Friday so I can meet everybody and kind of make up my mind and haggle on the base salary. But I'm like, I don't even care. Like I'm leaving. So what?
Yeah.
I thought about just leaving and just being like, I got stuff to do. Bye.
Yeah. No,
But-
good. I'm glad and I'm happy
But
for
that-
you. And no,
That's the good part about the new job, right? Is that
well, until you get to the new job, and if you get annoyed and peeved off there, and then it's something to
Well.
do with you. Wherever you go, you end up not. Look, most people that are working for other people and whatever eventually get to a point where you don't like your job, right? You get there and you go, and
Yeah.
it's good for a while. It's kind of like relationships, right? You get into a relationship, you're in the honeymoon phase, and this is neat and whatever. And then after you've been with them for a while, you notice little things that start to annoy you and whatever. And then you feel unappreciated.
you're like, God, the way that you twitch your toes while you're watching TV, I hate that. Yeah, and then you get out of the relationship.
Whatever
and
it
you're
is.
like,
You
why did that
actually
bother
twitch-
me so much?
but if
Do
the
you
sex,
guys actually twitch your toes when you're watching?
What's up,
no,
Shayna?
I just picked
Hey,
a
just
random thing.
And Marlene,
girl.
yes, I can. It's Justina's the name that I like. Where I was like, it's a combination of this and this, and I think it's a neat name. Sound it out. Marlene's busting my balls. She's feeling sassy today.
You get him,
Sound it
Marlene.
out, Jake. Real slow. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, I see how you are.
Now, if you sound it out real slow, are you going to turn her on, though?
No, I don't know.
If you
I
do
try
it with,
not
like,
to.
accents,
You never
yeah.
know who's listening.
Yeah, you don't know.
Graham will be at the house. Graham will be looking at me weird the next day
Right.
he comes in.
He'll come in and be like, hey, how you doing, Jake?
That's right. All right. So as I was going through, now that we're done with the Chronicles of Al, right, and we got to figure it out because you're the only X factor, right? We're sitting here, her and I are staring at each other. Wow,
That's
you
not
come in.
true. What's it called? Wait, but I just thought of it. You're busting his balls about being late, but you're late too.
I said I was late. I'm late to everything in
Why
life
do you care if he's late?
because we're doing
This
this.
is like a thing, man.
This is a thing. We say 9:30. I got my balls busted by everybody on the
Right.
What time does it go on? I was like
and they need to
9:30 ish.
stop busting your balls to start busting my balls.
Yeah, that's true. Because I was sitting here,
me.
I was like, I texted you from the bathroom. I went to the bathroom, did whatever. I was like, he's bound to show up any minute. I was going to start early and ahead of time, but then everyone would have had to listen to your Trump diatribe and
That's
weren't
true.
going to go there. Okay, so let's get to the show, right? All right. How about
right.
you guys stop?
Oh, is that what we're doing here?
Yeah,
We're
that's
doing a
right.
show?
Yep,
All
kind
right.
of sort of.
Cool.
Because if not, we'd be sitting on the couch with our shoes off.
twitching our toes at
Being
TV.
homos.
All right, so I put again
Don't-
with the
I know.
always something
What?
with her. All right, so topic one we kind of went into. There was a thing, and it's kind of a rollover from and Marlene. I like her. Why do people just Marlene, come hang out and be around her like
yeah, you
more?
you won't like her after
You'll
a while.
like her for like maybe 2 hours, and then there'll be like 45 minutes. You're like, I've never wanted to punch a girl in the face, and then you go back to liking her, and then you go to sleep, and then she just magically appears the next day. She's like Beetlejuice. So yes,
said her
you're
name
right
too
in the
many
fact that
times.
you,
Said her name too many times.
That
now
is-
I
that-
can't get rid of her.
That is correct. All right, so there was a post. We're gonna get into a little bit of a story that I heard last night. I don't know if we'll put out the the people that were involved in the story, but I did get a Jessica had posted something in the tea, the strangest place you've ever had the strangest place you've ever had sex. Comment, whatever, right? So as I started going through some of this, it's always fun to listen to what other people have done and then throw our personal experiences on it.
Right.
So with that, we'll obviously we'll go through some of the stuff that was on the post, and then we'll throw in our own. Now, I don't know about you all. Hey, Graham, there's Graham. I knew he'd show up eventually. Yes, it is.
Man, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
You were late too.
He had me worried, though.
9:38.
Yeah, no, he's normally like, he's right on there like lickety split.
I thought he was like in a car accident.
No, he's always there. Okay, and now her post is MIA on me. Where in the hell did you go, woman?
I'm looking for it.
Yeah.
I did see a lot, and it made me feel better about having sex in a cemetery.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's like a normal thing. So, thanks,
No, it's
thanks for making me feel normal, late night tea.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, strangest place you ever had sex, and go. Yeah, it's weird because some people dig that. Now, you're an outside person, right? You like outside and then outside in weird scenarios. But now that we've dug deeper into your personal psychology, we know kind of why and how you go about it, because it's an adrenaline thing for you, right? A lot of people that have sex in public or, out where you could be seen or you could be caught and whatever, that it's an adrenaline thing, right? So if you've got that, it's not even how much I don't like it because when I do it, it makes me finish too fast, right? Because all the worry, like, oh my God, what are we doing? I mean, I want to do it, but it like heightens things, like not from a pleasurable point. It's like, oh crap, we're going to get, this is, indecent exposure. It's whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to do it. I got my penis out, but in the same token, this is probably going to end that much faster than normal, right? So it's kind of weird. I've done it, and like outside and it's dark and nobody's around and you can't get caught, it's just like any other time. But when it's like, midday and we're sitting at a park bench and nobody's really around, but there's somebody walking their dog over there and go at it, that's just kind of a weird thing. Like you look and like, oh, balls, there's somebody walking by the baseball diamond and you're cranking away. You know what I mean? So it kind of trips me out. But you dig the outside.
Yes.
Yeah?
I love being outside. It's so much fun.
Shayna said in a car at work.
Okay.
I think all of us, have we ever had you're working, you get a half-hour lunch break or an hour lunch break, your significant other person swings up while you're hanging out at and then do something in the car?
Yeah.
Behind Dunkin' Donuts with donuts? Wow. How did you
like you're doing it with the donuts?
Yeah, no, that God dang it, boy, you threw that Justina threw that in there like, okay, behind Dunkin' Donuts with donuts. Please inform us of how in the world the donuts got into this, because I had donuts today.
This I need to know.
I may have way underused my donuts today. I
Right.
might need to know, Graham, in a done in a car in a park during midday. On top of all, I mentioned. Then he mentioned it on late night tea. But yeah, in a car in a park, during midday. Nice, that's good.
In a barrel.
I still feel. You had sex in a barrel, like just a round barrel. You have
you have a
you have
video
picture
of this.
evidence of the in a barrel.
I love this barrel. I have to go back there on my birthday. It was nice.
This is like a reoccurring. Like you go roll the old barrel out and go, here we go. We're gonna have barrel sex.
It's just-
I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking in that thing, and then they're just looking at me, they're like, no, I'm serious. I'm gonna fuck in that thing.
And then she did.
And then she did.
I mean, give her
I
points
love
for
it.
honesty.
Let me see. What do you got?
It's a bear. That's the barrel.
Oh. So did you have sex on the barrel or in the barrel?
Inside. I just wanted to sleep.
Wait,
That's
wait,
bizarre.
wait. No. This is coming
Now
over
he's
here.
gotta look.
Let
Okay.
me see.
That's weird. I will give her credit that when you pull out weird, she has just a different play.
That barrel is very small
No.
for two
the
people.
Big part, it's big on one side and then small.
It's like a Jack Daniel's distillery barrel or whatever, or a big wine
yeah,
barrel
but
or
have
whatever.
you ever tried to like get in one of those?
no.
'Cause I haven't, but I don't think I would fit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also 6'8". I don't fit in normal places.
Well, yeah,
but like,
well, all you got to do
You're
is get
right.
your some of your body in. Like, I
Right.
doubt like a barrel. I guess the whole point is being somewhat sheltered from.
I'm gonna need to go witness this, and while she's banging in the barrel, I'm gonna need to just start rolling the barrel.
It won't move. It's
Hey,
okay.
there's the Samantha pop in, or I'm not sure it's Samantha, but it's really so and so, or it's a joint account. I don't know what's happening. I don't know you guys are like two.
Aw.
You guys are like two people in one. All right, so and here's the beginning of the post. There's 63 comments, so we'll dig through them really quick. Jessica said graveyard at the on top of a car. So yeah, Marlene's like only half needs to be in the barrel, right? So don't overthink it, Al. Marlene's
I'm
got this.
overthinking it.
Marlene's got this. She said, "Man, look, you only need to be half in the barrel." Okay, so in a graveyard, that has been a continuous outdoor, like weird sexual thing and whatever.
I've done it.
You've had the sex in the graveyard?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to be like pretty morbid and like, yeah, sex in a graveyard was kind of cool.
Well, and it seems everyone who's like punk rock, psychobilly,
Oh, yeah.
In that realm, because it's all psychobilly has to deal with horror, pop, and all
Right.
that stuff, and it does play a lot with zombies and a lot of the horror realm.
I think with me, it was more of just like a middle finger to society telling me I can't do it, so I did it.
Well, the one I love even more is people that have broken in and had sex in a church, right?
Oh yeah.
Now that is that's like you guys going, "Oh, I'll show you." Yeah,
Yeah.
bunch of dead people, right? How about the king of all dead people, right? The person up there on the on the doohickey.
I just like to imagine he's watching everything I do.
Yeah,
and,
no, he's
I
paying
make it
attention anyways.
nasty.
You just figured you bring it up close and personal. That's like point of view. That is the
There you go. That's
the whole
that's
point of view porn.
POV for Jesus.
Okay, and then this Dan drops in I'm not sure it was the strangest, but the most fun was a mirror house, which would have to like
that
with all
would
like
be so cool.
That would be
would
super
be
cool.
awesome. That would be trippy because you're like, I don't know which one of you I'm doing right now.
dude, and
but
imagine
it feels good.
imagine the bizarre angles and like weird things you
Right.
could obtain. That's pretty dope.
So
You're like in
Good
that
job,
one,
Dan.
in that one you look really fat. In that one you look really skinny.
Yeah. Or just a weird angle or whatever. Like,
No,
yeah, that's
Try being blow doing that, dude. You'll trip out.
Oh yeah, you'd be in some different realm. Or I'd like
That
the
gives me an
affinity
idea.
mirror. If you're cranking and everything, you just see it over like little frames and like shutter
Right.
flames. I would love to see like infinity mirror, something like that. I think that would
Now-
be pretty dope.
Now what if you dropped acid and went and
Dude,
had
you'll trip
sex
out so hard. You'll
in the
be-
mirror room?
Oh
That
my
would
God,
be.
You'll cry.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that's how bad trips happen.
What's
That is
that?
how bad.
Yeah, I'm
trips
pretty sure
happen.
that's how bad trips are going to start.
Yeah. Well, if you're tripping, I wouldn't imagine that would be the visuals. You'd never get around to it.
Probably not.
Yeah, you'd be too busy touching the mirrors or licking mirrors or doing whatever. Forget
Right.
that you can't find the other person. They happen to be 2 feet behind,
Right.
2 feet behind you or
You
whatever.
spend your whole trip just trying to find him.
Yeah. And what do you mean? Is that my ass or yours? Wow, I don't. Marlene broke out the booty. I don't know what's happening. There's a lot of stuff.
Wow,
There's
hey.
a lot of stuff going on over here. I'm like, hold on.
might
Or
have
she was totally typing somebody else. Like, hey, is that your ass or mine? Let's go to the fair. Shayna says, yeah, dude. I think and this Dan Newberry. I'm gonna tag something on the post and tell him that on the show so far his seems to be the
The coolest?
Yeah, and
Dude, I think it's the coolest right now. Although I don't think it's gonna last as we go down.
Yeah, there's
one on there that is definitely my favorite.
No,
Oh.
that's not the strangest, but I know for a fact it's the coolest.
yeah, it would probably be the
No.
most fun, and that's kind of how he prefaced it. In the main dining hall of a cruise ship in the Bahamas at 4 a.m. Okay, Crystal, you got some
Now-
in
now-
the mirror.
Now, Crystal,
Okay.
you realize that pretty much everywhere on the cruise ship has cameras that they watch continuously.
Well, and that's
So
the cool thing.
somebody got a really good view.
Well, and that's kind of cool.
He's
Like,
zooming in.
and yes, okay. Marlene was like, "Oh, is that my ass or yours?" In the mirror house. Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Aha.
you're looking back and whatever.
Yeah,
Thanks
well,
for the clarification,
context.
woman. We appreciate it. And Samantha, Shayna, we're going to the fair with a buzz. There you go, dude. I think that should be like 2018. Like, hey, everybody, get on your game. Go crank in front of a funhouse mirror. You know, like the multiple mirror house.
But the requirement is that you got to come back and tell us about it.
Oh, I'm sure, dude. That would be like some weird badge of honor. We should show.
Yeah.
We'll make the shirts, right? We'll have them for sale. That I had sex in a funhouse mirror, you know,
Right.
whatever. and
But to
this-
get one, you got to come on the radio and talk about it.
okay,
No, I went to the carnival.
you got to speak up and remember.
No,
there's a
I went to the
microphone.
carnival so well, dude. Literally, it's terrible to go at night because all the lights, they start tripping you out. And then it's like, when you see, have you ever seen those, like, what's it called, those little games? Like, with the darts?
I don't play
Sure,
games,
all
girl.
kinds of stuff, and there, this guy. But okay, so games. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, they were playing games, but it was so hard to focus. Like, dude, hitting a balloon is terrible.
Yeah, no, it's
No,
not
I started crying. I felt so bad. I was like, we just popped a balloon. It's the end of the world, man. They're like, what are you on?
nice.
Probably a lot of drugs.
Bro. it was
The
a
church
lot.
bathroom. Terry chimed in with the church bathroom, which is
I-
good. I
I-
mean, it's dirty, but you're also keeping it kind of
I think that
respectful
is
and having it.
that's probably more common than people want to admit. You're in church, you're doing your thing, you got the light of Jesus in you, and then you catch your lady friend and you're like, ho. Then you just do it.
Okay. Cassandra said, I don't know if it's strange on a bench at a park. That's the Aaliyah
I already
move.
done that.
Right.
That's the Aaliyah move. This Jay guy says, at my grandma's nursing home.
That's just, dude.
I got a
that's-
lot of questions
No.
here. So I got,
What? Yeah, was it one of the old biddies
right.
wandering around that just
was
looked
it a
little?
nurse? Was it one of the fine young 90-year-olds? Was it was it like your girl that you brought to see your grandma, and then we're like, we got to go right now?
Yeah.
Did you use somebody else's room?
You know, and
That
you know
just sounds
that's
like a no-no.
Right.
That's so wrong, dude.
Like, I think I might draw the line there.
Like, you have to.
It's kind of like banging at your grandma's house. Like, you just don't.
Can't. I'm not gonna lie. What he did was just wrong.
Even Aaliyah thinks it's wrong.
no. I mean, well, think about it. You're there. You're visiting. You know, you're visiting Granny. You're doing whatever.
You're visiting Granny,
Right.
not going to
What if?
do
what
your
if-
business,
Dude, when I'm visiting my grandma, the last thing that's happening is me getting hard.
For
I'm
real.
sorry, it ain't.
Look at the possibilities. You're there with your chick. Hey, we got to go see my grandma and whatever. We don't see my mom's kind of bitching at me. You go there. Granny's like, oh, hey, blah, blah, blah. She knocks out and whatever. And you go in the little bathroom and crank it out.
Okay,
I don't
but-
know.
Dude,
Who knows?
Here's the thing. You gonna wait till after?
You can't go to the car.
Like, you can't just leave.
Like, I don't know how
come
you get
on.
it up in that place. Like,
How?
every time I go to a nursing home to visit anybody, it just smells like old
people?
old stinky, like they cooking some weird stuff up in there, and some of them can't control themselves. It's got that poop smell a little bit.
Samantha threw in a Kroger bathroom. Well, there's a whole.
They
Dude, I'm
never clean their bathroom.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
I-
not laying on the floor.
Right.
I mean, think about it. It's like on a sink thing, or you
Dude,
take
They
three,
never
something, put
3
the-
a.m. I bent
their
brought
bathroom.
over a Meyer sink one time.
Did you see?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously
ain't that
grocery
weird.
shopping, Kroger's.
I mean, we
Kroger's
were
does a
both
little.
very drunk, but you know, hey,
yeah.
kind of weird when we walked out and the employee was walking in.
Okay,
We
you
were
guys,
like,
you
hey,
guys are crazy, dude. I can't believe Grandma's nursing home just spun you guys off on some whatever.
Dude, that's like no.
That is a
Like,
no.
you should be
That is a
ashamed.
no.
There is no. If Grandma's senile or what, you're not banging in front of Grandma. Like Grandma's sitting there going, "What's on TV
Wait
today?"
till you leave before you can't do it before
Your
you
car's
get
in the
there.
parking
like,
lot,
come
man.
on,
I don't
man.
know. Maybe you're into just doing it in weird places. I'm totally cool with
That's
that.
not
I'd
weird.
crank
That's
in.
just wrong.
Yeah.
I would crank in grandma's nursing home. Okay, on my front porch, Lindsay threw out on my
That's
front
not
porch.
weird.
Eh,
Well,
that's
it depends
really
if it's
not
the middle of the
bad.
day and kids are playing street hockey and you're cranking away,
$5
right?
says it was at night.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
I might
bent
up that
over,
to
bent over
15.
with the hands on the wall in the Kroger bathroom. So
There you go.
you know they do have
Yeah.
sanitizer and whatever.
See?
You're fine. So all you got to worry. So good. Thank you for the clarification. Church parking lot of a funeral home, sketchy. Abandoned school parking lot. Take your pick. Okay, both are. I feel both honorable
Right.
shenanigans in that one.
I've had shenanigans in my high school parking lot.
Exactly.
Okay, in a birthing room bathroom. So what is that, like at a midwife's house or
Wait.
something?
That one might actually make sense because one of the things to get the baby to start coming out is to have sex. So if you're there and the baby's not coming and you're like, oh man,
Hey
and
man,
then
a
you're
baby's
like,
way too young to worry about coming, man. I mean, you got to find
hey man, you gotta start him young. Gotta
That's
start
a
him
good
young.
joke. That is a
But
good joke. Bend over, hands on the wall. That's a good trick. I still like that comment. That makes me happy. Let me see. In the front porch again, we've got in the alley, in a truck with the door open. Seen that a lot in the porns,
I was
right?
about to
Right.
Because
say,
it's like
That's
a
like
hybrid of
basic.
like car or vehicle sex, but you got to have the door open and whatever. Which
Right.
I see that a lot. It seems like the Russians and the Romanians, like you always notice it's like European themed. They like to crank with the door open on a car.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's
We
my
go
that's my
car,
observation.
yes. Leave the door open.
A hospital. Let me see. Hospital on the heart monitor, and it freaked the nurses out. Cool. If I was in the hospital, I would want someone to come in and and do something
that
like
would definitely. If I'm ever in the hospital, I need somebody to come in and blow me.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Because the fantasy is that the nurse in like somewhere in the sponge bath, they're just there's a couple too many, and you've had a rough go of it, right? And and give you a
Right.
hand, no pun intended. A police station parking lot. That's
a risky one.
That's very
That's
risky.
from a lady with interesting hair color. That's cool. Yeah, that's pretty ballsy.
That really is.
That's like white girl NWA right there. Like F the police.
Yeah, I might be down with that.
Holy crap! I'm not going to say the age, but I like your spirit. Oh man, I lost my virginity at a Anne Frank play on a field trip. I really needed to go to church after that one. So
I bet you did. Holy smokes.
yeah, no, that's pretty. Sometimes when the mood strikes, man,
Hey,
you
man.
gotta. What are you gonna
gotta
do?
go.
Yeah, no, that's something, dude.
But if you're in the nursing home, go to the
For
car.
I'm gonna randomly just pick an old person who nobody's gone and seen, and I'm gonna go and just be like, hey man, somebody come with me and let's crank at the nursing
Jake,
home.
that's so wrong. No, like,
Why?
dude,
What
go
does it matter?
home. You have
Why?
no reason to do that in front
Dude,
of
the
like your-
car.
Oh my god, that's just wrong.
Well,
The
okay,
car
where?
is
In a
such a-
bathroom in the nursing home, in one of the
No,
spare
dude,
rooms,
just
whatever.
in
Leave
the car.
building entirely.
Why? What do you guys have against nursing
Dude,
homes?
it's just wrong. Like,
Say just
It's
disrespectful
not
to
a
old
funeral
people.
home. What? Having sex in your
Wait.
parents' house when they're not home, is that being disrespectful
no,
to
because
the old
it's
people?
basically your house.
Yeah,
With
it's
your
my house.
grandparents.
When you're an
Come
adult,
on
it's
now.
not your house. It's whatever.
No,
Oh,
you're
well,
just-
no, I don't do that anymore. Like,
But
when
you
I-
did.
Yeah, when it was
Did
my
you,
house.
Did you feel like, and it's not your house, it's your parents, you weren't paying no goddamn bills, country man.
That is true.
So, okay, so in a shop on the hood of who knows car. Nice. Oh, and this is one that I saw her in a post. So this is Candace. Everyone seems to be fond of Candace. I noticed a bunch of people like, oh, hey, when there was a post of, you know how like at work you have like a work girlfriend or whatever?
Sure.
And I guess in the group, this is the next thing. Al and I are both pretty new, right? And
Right.
we haven't even added Aaliyah, but she doesn't really go on Facebook. So
Right.
Lord knows you guys don't want her on there. She'll
Yeah,
start some
you
threads.
don't.
That's you guys, the whole group will be on Facebook jail with some of the stuff she'd be saying. But and it was like, oh, tag your late night tea bae, right? Which I hate the term bae and I hate whatever. Which would
Why?
You
It's
know
bae.
that's like a Norwegian word for poop.
yeah, and it seems like poo, which is basically why the minute I hear it, I immediately shut down. But I did look
Right.
through and I saw that lady and that Candace and oh, I don't have one. And then dude, just like as I was watching it, it looked like the stock exchange. Just people,
Right.
no, you'll have
Ding,
one
ding,
soon enough.
ding,
Oh my
ding,
God, you're
ding.
hot and whatever. And I was like, look, I get it. I'm sure
You're
she's an
all
attractive
thirsty.
chick.
All right,
Jeez,
so
oh, Pete's.
in the late night tea stock exchange, Candace is way up. She's
Yeah.
a buy.
Yeah, I guess I kind of like some of ours that are on ours. I think they are very stock worthy.
All right.
So let me see. At work in the bathroom. I can agree with you on that, Megan.
I was about to say
I've
you've
been there.
done that.
Yeah, oh yeah. MJR Theater during the premiere of Dreamgirls in the back row. We talked about that with the movie theater and shenanigans.
It's not hard.
Yeah, you worked at a movie theater, so the popcorn trick. I'd like to see somebody bring back like the popcorn trick. Like,
Yeah.
there was always a joke like you cut a hole around and
Dude,
you put
I
your
would
penis
just
through.
let people do it. I'm like, man, if I wasn't working right now, I would so be where you are. I support completely.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be such a killjoy. Like if
Right.
nobody else noticed and it was just me.
Exactly.
Now, if like a bunch of people came up and were like, they are like just going to town over there, I'd be like, yo, can you like throw a towel on or like something?
you
Like,
go up.
I'm not trying to like ruin your day. Like, you got to get yours, but like, don't get me fired.
during Dreamgirls, yeah. I think if somebody dragged me to go see Dreamgirls, I would be like, look, I'm gonna need a blowy. Like,
right.
you're gonna have to even an unenthusiastic like handy why it's going on. Like, just
Right.
make sure I get
I
there.
don't
You can
even-
wait until the end of the movie, but
I don't
just
even
keep that
care
thing
if you're
worked
looking
out.
at me or you're into it. Just like, I ain't going.
Yeah. No, I'd go. I mean, you got to do stuff when you're in some kind of whatever. At Meyer's dressing room, daylight in a Metro car a couple of times. Okay. Brand new car test drive. That would be neat. Oh, go ahead and take the car for a ride. Well, let's see how well we can bang in it.
Right.
This
Let's
Kevin
put
dude,
the shocks to the
Kevin
test.
dude put in your house, so he's a creep. He just breaks into your house, has sex on
There I go.
your couch, and leaves.
I don't think he wants to have sex on my couch. I've done some things on my couch.
Samantha, apple orchard. That's kind of neat, right? The apple cider
cool.
and whatever. That's
Right.
kind of neat. And it's festive, right? You know, you just think about
It's like a
hey,
holiday bang.
Yeah, October's coming up. Let's go to the apple orchard. Okay, all right, because you know you're going to get some, some shenanigans in there. Real estate bathroom, a loading dock near a police station, and on a haystack up north. Awesome. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, haystack's a normal one.
And that's a female, and she dropped on a haystack up north. I got some head. So I love when a girl like when
calls
she
it head.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like, and she got not that I let somebody do this to me,
Right.
but way to take control. That's a good glass elevator in Vegas. There you go,
Oh.
Greg.
Ooh.
Greg's
Like
a
that
thinker,
one.
right?
Oh, okay.
Taking advantage of that trip to Vegas, eh? J.C. Penney dressing room. Who said millennials were killing department stores? There you go, Emily. Good job. On a Greyhound bus. The story of my mom. I'm fairly certain my mom did some shenanigans on a Greyhound bus when I was 4. I have weird
Ew.
memories. So her and some random dude, and the dude bought me a toy, and then him and my mom went away somewhere, and I went, as I got older, and the
You're like,
regression
"Yeah."
therapy, I was like, thanks, Ma, I guess.
Yeah. I got a toy out of it.
This dude taxi stairway at my apartment, Elizabeth. All right. In a parking lot during the day, hood of a car, alley. Okay, so there's some good. What one did you broke into a church and it turned into a bang bus? Broke into a church bus. There we go. I like it. Just thumb your nose at all that shenanigans. Okay, and let me see. Okay, so we got through that. Did you have one on there that was your favorite on there?
I did, and it's only because of who I am. But guy posts that he did it at the Ohio State football stadium after the Michigan-Ohio State game on a random guy's car, left a butt print, and then left the condom on it because buck the fuck guys.
Wow.
That is a direct quote.
That's
And
yeah, and
is
that one
like,
that one got
That's actually funny.
that gives me a heart boner.
yeah. That's pretty dope. Okay, so I had another one, and I really got to figure out how to, because it won't let you post and or to drag some of them over, but I can't remember who posted who posted or mentioned the anal sex comment early from the thing, and it was, hey, somebody hit me with a, hey, is it just, guys, why is it guys want anal sex so much, or something along those lines, right?
That's a good question. I don't understand it.
And it's random, but dude, a lot of the girls who are actually in our chat room right now that are that are alive and well in here are were pretty big with it, right? They were like,
Really?
"Hey, dude, the comments were awesome." Like God, what the heck was it? And if anyone wants to refresh, but there's a lot of girls, and I remember I commented because look, it's something about being like in your early 20s that's something you haven't done, and now you want to get it done, right? It's a thing, right? It's
Sure.
After you've had sex with somebody for a certain amount. I can give you the overall guy perspective, because there's something that we haven't done, and we know it's there, right? And I don't know about you, but you begin to mess around with it when you're having sex. It's an interesting place for your hand to rest, and that's where you kind of get your feel out. If you just put your hand there and you just boom, you place a finger there, and if she doesn't smack your hand away, and then that finger will, eventually fingers will do the walking, go a little bit further, and then you can play around. Or then she'll even ask afterwards, like, "Hey, why were you doing this?" "Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's just do you like it? Do you not?" Right? And there's where communication goes in, because you could easily get to a point to where you can have the conversation and know that, okay, either you're into this or you're not. Now,
Right.
Guys in their 20s, dude, I was in a long relationship at that point. So being in a long relationship, I was like, "Come on, can we try? Can we do?" And she was like, "No, that thing's not going in there, right? Like, that's not happening. But we can try." And then we baby stepped it into like anal beads, right? And then you use a little lube and like 1 or 2, and then it was just fun because you're just tinkering with something you have no overall knowledge about, right? And she's letting you do it in the process of foreplay or whatever.
Sure.
And then you all right over there? And then in the process of playing around and
No.
messing with it or whatever, then what happened?
I almost dropped my vape. Like, I reacted so fast. I'm like, oh, fuck.
See, I don't.
Dude, I could drop my phone. I can't drop my vape. That's like the end
I've
of the world.
I've never really been into the whole anal thing. It's
Yeah.
just, so you think about it like a city, right? Are you gonna go swimming in the nice beach, or are you gonna go swimming in the sewer?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, you were raised too well. Again with all your crap. You be bringing so much to this, man. Because that was actually used in a line from the Adam Sandler movie where
Really?
him and Jennifer Aniston or whatever. So
Well, I want my
Oh
royalty
my
check
god,
for
just
that.
go with it.
yeah, just go with it. When the crazy super religious guy was like, "I don't know why he would put a trash dump next to something so wonderful." The weird Christian couple that got married, and then they got married and she's trying to do everything freaky and whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, I want my royalty check from that movie. B, I don't really like Adam Sandler. I've never really found him funny, but
Dude,
Mis-
you're a
Mr.
killjoy. You can just
Mr.
like
Deeds,
leave
though.
right
Who
now,
is
dude.
this guy?
You're just
Mr.
griping and bitching about
Mr.
everything today.
Mr. Deeds though is quality.
He doesn't think Adam
absolutely
Sandler's
quality.
funny.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Have you watched any of his stuff on like Netflix?
Oh.
It's
Okay,
Shanna
that
started.
I
Just
understand.
not funny.
That I understand.
Okay. Well, you can say whatever.
I mean, I can have opinions.
You can, but yours are like just negative Nancy and
They're
whatever
just
today. Like, what
Hey,
is
man.
wrong with you? Do you
Jake,
need
they're
a hug, bro?
killjoys.
You wanna give me a hug?
No.
All right. Well then, just shut
No.
up and stay over there.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah, this guy, dude,
God.
just my name's Al, whatever. Like, how do you? Even if you don't like, the normal thing is, I don't really
so
dig it.
angry,
Just
though.
why would anyone ever want to mess with something?
I'm just saying,
You
man.
could take a-
to me, I'm just like, I got much better places I can put it that feel
Jake.
so good.
He needs
No, have you? Okay, so have you done it, Mister?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And that's where I was like, I'd rather put it in a similar and close hole.
I don't know about you, Al. I mean, look, I got over it because I made the mistake, and I don't know how many ladies, and people love you. They like the angry Al. You're gonna turn into Al Bundy on this show before long.
Maybe that should be my new thing. I should just come in and be like super just angry about everything.
But
Okay.
you usually are super angry about everything.
No, he plays along and is okay, dude. If he was a complete killjoy, I'd be like,
Right.
okay, you're gone. Beat it. What is wrong with you? Why are you so angry?
He's
You're
just
supposed
so
to be.
depressing today.
Okay, Al, say the first 3 things that come to mind happily about anal sex.
Sex,
Okay, that is
Charming.
sex, so it doesn't matter.
beautiful women.
Oh, so I went through the whole thing of trying, and this is what I think. that when you had mentioned Samantha that the or Shayna. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Shayna started it. So when you were, why do guys like it that much and why do whatever? And the funny thing was it filled up with comments over girls going, yep, no, hey, there's a lot of girls that like it
it's
too.
the most pleasurable G spot on the human body.
Now, if you do, and if a female wraps her head around it, then that sounded horrible.
Yeah.
But if she wraps
really
she wraps her head around it, it is amazing. Like
it's the most pleasurable G spot on the human body.
You're saying that, but you've never done it. You're happy about
I'm
it.
not kidding, but it's so true though.
Like you read that on a bumper sticker. You've never even done it. You've
No.
tried and like crashed.
Also,
and
I'm
burned.
not sure that's true because I've read a lot of dissenting opinions that are like, for a guy, there is something with the prostate, but women don't get the same feeling.
No, for the first time, it's like the uncomfortable feeling, but once it gets going, it literally.
Now look, I don't know about everybody else. It's just it was something I wanted to do, right? It was that like forbidden thing, right? And cool. And yes, if given the possibility, I would use the other, 3 pockets or, shenanigans, everything else you could get into that were more understanding and pleasurable and whatever, but that just had that like I had to do it, right? Like I need to do it and whatever. And then when I finally did, and it took a long time, there was a lot of playing back there and a lot of shenanigans back there. But when I did, as a guy, it's like running downhill. Now, the only thing I ever noticed that in that, doing that once you do and you get in, because you can't just go gangbusters, right? That'll not be pleasurable for her or you. But as you're doing it and you're going into a much more confined space, yay, right? It's definitely, a bit different than the other. And then when you do, it's, and then once everything is working right and, and then the momentum shifts, it's a lot like running down a hill. Like you can't stop. Like once I start chugging up momentum, you're going, like you're crashing right into into a brick wall. It's bing, 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 bing. Oh my God, I can't believe this. And then boom, and you're done, right? So I was like, wow, that's cool. And that is the first thing that I noticed is, the first couple times are a little bit rough, but it does get better. And I had the lady that I was messing with, that it was her kind of thing, and it was weird. Like she waited until we were so committed in a relationship. Like she was like, I bought a house, and you're not going to leave me, and whatever. And then okay, cool, we can do this. And I was like, really? Like that was a bargaining chip? You were holding that until you felt super comfortable, like you saw my name on a lease or on a purchase of a house, and then okay, you're really serious and whatever, and then we'll do it. But using toys, yes, Justine, you have the best answers in life. Cool name and cool answers. But I was using, and I'm a big proponent of sex toys, right? So if you're using something that you have, we used to use the pearl rabbit and turn it upside down, just where the rabbit ears would be placed, properly on the clitoris when having sex, doing whatever. She would have such an amazing orgasm. Like at first I had to use it on her. And then after a while I was like, look, I could use my hands to do other things. Here, hold this right here and let me do everything else. So she literally was like, dude, I had the best orgasm in life, and it was in the middle. We didn't talk about it. She was like, you know what? She was like, you can try. And I was like, you kind of said like, you're not down with that, or it doesn't feel good. I think her comment was, you could drill a hole in my side and have sex with it at this point.
Wow.
I feel so good, it wouldn't matter. And I
that's
went,
a thing, right?
No, I kind of think so, but yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was a Dave and Chuck where I found out that's a real thing where people like to create extra holes, and
it's kind of like gauges and earrings or whatever. Like if you go like, piercing an ear is good, we're going to create a whole secondary hole. Well, look, all I know is she said cool, and we did whatever. She had had an orgasm afterwards with that. That was like epically kaboom. Like she was like, oh my God, that is the craziest thing I've ever felt. So I thought that was the end of it, right? Because a lot of girls will, it's your birthday, I'll give you the anal on the birthday, or it's our anniversary. Let me have 2 more glasses of wine and you can hop back there, partner, and, see what's happening. So that was kind of how it was, except at that point it turned into a finishing move. And anybody who's been in a relationship for a certain amount of time, you get into a rhythm. Like if you've been in a relationship for 2, 3, 4 years, like you're really in the relationship,
right?
Oh my God, Samantha. Jeez, oh Pete's. Wow, she just threw out that it's better with DP. That's why I love this. Like, okay, there's a lot of things I've heard and a lot of things I haven't heard, but that is asterisk worthy. Like, yep, no, it's much better when you.
That's
obvious
pinned to the front page worthy right there.
It really is. Now, and that's one of the things. If you're not entering other people into the, if you're not entering other people into the into the process,
right.
DP's hard to do. But if again, yep, you're right, with a toy, right? You've got one inserted here and one there. You're gonna have to man the toy over there because it's hard enough for me to take care of what I'm doing. Now, that is the things where you can do a lot of things that you would normally take other people being in the process. But you sound like a lot of fun. Yeah, no, I get it. Not to with a toy, I get it. But yeah, no, that's boy, oh boy, that's neat.
Now, are you sure it was with the toy?
What's that?
Is she sure?
Yeah,
it's
no,
with
that's
the toy?
with the and I told you about the accidental why I accidentally stumbled into a DP and it was totally not me. Like I was in the good place, and then it was me and a buddy of mine and whatever. And generally, there's rules with engagement of 2 guys and 1 girl.
There's the devil's 3-way rule
that you stay the belly button is the is the equator. You stay one of you stay above the equator, the other one down. Switch, right? So one goes here, one goes there, whatever, right? You stay away.
And you don't switch on the same side. You switch. You're either going clockwise or counterclockwise. Never the same direction. Never the same.
Right.
Well,
my buddy did not adhere to. He did not adhere to said rule, and I couldn't. And I was trapped underneath because she was on top of me and riding away. And then all of a sudden, I saw like her eyes got really big and her shoulder and her nails dug into my shoulders, and I was like, "Ha ha." I've seen this look. I was like, hell yeah, I hit the spot, right? I was like, cool. Now it's almost like, finish her, right? Like I was like, cool. Let me pick up the tempo and whatever. And then the more I looked at the face, it looked more demonic and like evil, like something horrible was going on or whatever. And I went, and then the old Eiffel Tower. Yeah, in a way, it was just. This was an Eiffel Tower.
So what you're saying is you were praying for France.
Oh, I was praying for. Well, I didn't realize it until I reached up and I was like, "What the hell?" And I'm wasted, by the way. Like I'm so wasted that this could happen, and I was like, "No." And I've never wanted that to happen. I'm more with the Samantha and with Justina, and go ahead and throw a toy into the mix while doing whatever, and you can get that same desired effect. Really don't need to see or know that my buddy's balls are back there moving around in that. It's only a matter of time until those things get creepy and get somewhere they're not supposed to. But I'm trapped underneath, and I grabbed her by her. I reached up and I grabbed her by her arms, and I moved her to the side, and there's my buddy. Thumbs up and smiling at me, and I was like, no. Now, the only thing that I would have loved to have happened is that would have killed, and I would have just gone soft and been able to climb out of there. Because the only natural way when you're hooked in, I've got to go out that way, right? So if this thing is still there and it's hooked in, I'm trapped. So I had to, it'd be disrespectful not to finish, so I had to really go to a weird place in my head to to finish and whatever, and it was bad. So, it was not good.
He gave you the thumbs up.
He gave me the thumbs up. I didn't even know he was back there. Like, it was a really weird happenstance of we came home from the bar, like 6 of us, and everyone kind of paired off, right? Now, I'm drunk. I didn't even care. I thought I was too drunk to even be having sex anyways. Except she kept going, hey, you guys are really good friends, aren't you? And I was like, this is my best friend. I love him. He's my boy. I got my first pair of Timberlands from him because he told his parents he lost them, and he just gave them to me because my parents wouldn't buy him any. And ha ha ha.
Now, did he give you the thumbs up when he gave them to you?
I don't know if the thumbs up. I don't know if that was a constant thing. Like someday in the future, you will replay this by allowing me to go DP on a chick that's on top of you. So with this whole scenario, hold my beer and watch this. Right, my cousin chimes in. So she's sitting there and saying this. Now, again, I'm completely oblivious sometimes, like, to what's going on. And I'm just like, yeah, he's my best friend and whatever. And she's like, oh, so you guys share a lot of stuff. You guys share everything. And I'm like, hell yeah, man, that's my dude and whatever. Blah. And then she eventually walked over and grabbed me by like where my belt buckle would be or the front of my pants and went, no, you guys share everything. And then reached her hand in and grabbed my business. And I went, oh,
ding.
Ha ha ha. That's what. Oh, so that's what you mean. And I went, Yeah, sure, right, whatever. She drops my, my pants and starts, and we're in my buddy's kitchen. Actually, my buddy's parents' kitchen, right? So it wasn't even his.
Better.
So we're just disrespecting old people all over the place. So she starts blowing away and whatever, and I'm like, oh, this is neat. Well, then she stands up and like flips her skirt. Now, needless to say, this wasn't her first rodeo.
No.
And my buddy seemed to pick up on every cue, or he had already had the conversation, like, yeah, we'll go back and we'll bring Jakey into the mix, right? All three of us will. Nobody told me, right?
Yeah, no heads up for you.
So I figured, heads up, I'm just getting heads up there in the kitchen.
Right.
Well, then he walks up behind and whoop and slides it in there. So we're doing the like the old school train thing,
Right.
where we don't have an actual train, but you get on the deal and you both move the handles in the
Right.
opposite way and it makes the thing go. So
No one made her go.
we're doing that there. And then she kind of switched and whatever and turned that way. So we're going at it. And then she went, all right, boys, calm down, which I'm going to go from memory. She was probably a couple years older than us, right? She was hotter than like crazy, but hold on, boys. You guys, simmer down. She makes us go sit in the in the living room on the couch. And she was like, oh, here, put this blanket right here. Now, my buddy and I now are both naked, right? Like, she just robed us.
Right.
So we're both naked. And I'm like, now you're at the awkward bathroom stall. Like, you're trying not to look at your buddy. And you're like, yeah, this is
So
weird.
you guys didn't like high five each other in the
No,
middle?
there was no thumbs up, no high
No
fives.
thumbs up.
Again,
Fist bump.
it wasn't no fist bump. I was just kind of like,
nice.
I was kind of like, well, damn. I wish I was just doing this by myself, right? Like, I mean, it's cool you're here. Or you could watch.
Yeah.
Maybe you get some popcorn, but it's
some
whatever.
popcorn.
Right? I don't know, right? You might as well have something to eat if it's entertaining enough.
Well,
so
yeah, I guess.
so as we're sitting there, she comes in and she was like, hey, do you have? I hear her giggle and she was like, haha, extra virgin olive oil. Well, she walks out of the kitchen and she takes, I know it was kind of Miss Robinson. And I think we were probably like 23 or 24 and she was probably like in the 28, 29 realm. But obviously she had a really good couple of years because she was a bit more advanced, a bit
Right.
more technical. Samantha broke out the popcorn. Good job. Right. So comes out and she pours the olive oil like all over my chest and all over his, and then she sits and does the ski pole, right? So she's sitting in between us and kind of talking, and all I remember is it was very soothing. It was very
soothing.
It was very soothing, and the whole situation was kind of
She's going
surreal.
skiing, and you're like, "This is a very nice mountain that I'm on.
Exactly.
The trees
Well,
are lovely."
she's talking to us, and she's kind of giving us the herk and jerk in between at a very mellow tempo and whatever. And I guess just to make sure everything was moving in the right direction.
So you're saying it wasn't like the Black Diamond where you're really going down there, and she's on the green. She's just
No, she was on the
Shoosh,
she was on the kitty hill at that point. Well, then she grabbed me by the hand and went, come here, and like laid me down and got on top. So I went, cool. That's when the shenanigans happened and the thumbs up and the bing, bing, bing and the bad place. Well, I had to like literally figure out a way to get to my happy place so I could finish. And then my business would, go to a point to where I could slide out of the front. So, I get out of that thing and whatever, right? And I'm like, cool. So I'm wasted drunk. Like I can barely walk. I feel like I'm going to get sick. And especially after, knowing that my boys' balls were definitely back in that range where they shouldn't have been. I go lay down on the couch, pass out. I wake up to this chick in the morning. Hey, gives me a kiss on the cheek and went, dude, we should really do that again. That was so much fun. And went, boom, here's my number. And I looked at her and I was like, no, that will never happen again. I don't know. And there's certain times that in weird sexual things like that, I just learn that I'm
Right.
not the DP guy. I will have like 38 sex toys and this and play Operation and,
Right.
hook up electrodes. I'll do anything under the sun. And I'll do a personal 2-person DP. We could do all that. Just not in that scenario. Like I can't, like even porn, like if I happen to be watching porn and it goes to that, like I will fast forward past that. Like I don't need the two. That just seems like a whole heck of a lot going on of two actual, and for me, it just brings back bad memories. So
there you go.
So yeah, so that was creepy. And then my boy walks down and goes, hey man, how about that? How crazy was that? And I was like, what in the hell is wrong with you, dude? You ever do that again? I swear to God, or dude, that will never happen again. But what made you think that was cool? Like what made you think that was right? Like what world do you live in, dude? Are you a porn star that I should know about? Like, look, I put it down, but
Are you trying to make fun of this man's job?
Yeah,
that is a legitimate
that is a very
profession.
legit. It is one of the highest grossing professions in
Exactly.
the porn industry is great. But when he did, he looked at me and went, "Dude, she brought out olive oil." And I went, what does that have to do with anything? She was going to make us a salad, and he went, oh, olive oil means whatever. And I went, dude, I've never seen a link between, like if we were sitting here and I was like, hey, Aaliyah, olive oil. Okay, we're having anal sex later. Yeah, we're gonna put it in the bad place later. Like I've never heard that used as a euphemism, as a weird like gateway word. That hey, like we're out to dinner.
I mean, if she pulls out a bottle that says anal lube, I think that's more of a olive oil. Maybe there's olive oil in the anal. Maybe that's what anal lube is. It's just a bottle of olive oil that says anal lube.
And I get olives and Greeks like the olive and the Greeks take it in the bad place.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it ended up being a thing that he literally told everyone, because I told the story to people, like, and he would come walking up, and I went, and they would, really, olive oil, dude? That's what it means. Chick breaks out, and I was like, so if I'm out on a dinner date, and the chick like gets olive oil or whatever,
right? She orders a salad, and she's like, and
extra virgin olive oil.
So
hey, I know
You're like, all right, putting it in the naughty place.
Yeah, I'm going spelunking later. Like what the hell's the? So it was a weird. You like the spelunking comment? So
I'm going splunking. I gotta get my helmet on, get my ropes.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it was kind of weird, but yeah, that was I couldn't venture into that conversation without hitting that story, but yeah, it became a thing with. And I don't know. And to answer the initial question, and sometimes I digress, guys like it because you want to. It's something you need to do. You've got to. It's like living on on the earth and walking past the Grand Canyon all the time. Like you see it quite a bit, but you never just go down there to see what it's about, right? Even if you just go down there once, you go, I've been to the Grand Canyon. Like if you guys were going, through, if you guys were. Happen to be traveling through, the Southwest and you saw the Grand Canyon, most of you would stop and take a look at the Grand Canyon,
right?
Right? So, Blumpkin. Yeah. So
isn't that when you get blowed while you're taking a dump?
Yep, that's kind of a creepy one.
That's got to be magical, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially if it's like a dump you really had to take, and then your girl's just like, I'm going to blow you while you're taking this big old stinky dump.
No, that's love right there. Like that's
absolute love.
That's some ride or die. Like,
you're right. Gross. That is. You better put a ring on it.
Could you imagine if that was your thing? Like I know what my thing is, right? I like to make messes, and I like the the facial, and I like whatever. Could you? And I don't feel that's totally uncommon. I get a lot of chicks aren't down with it and whatever, and it doesn't happen. It doesn't have to happen all the time. But if it's applicable in that scenario, I would like to do it. Right.
Yeah. Once in a while, I just kind of want to dump all over your tits.
Yeah, no, I go a little bit higher. That's a good, better, best. Like belly button is good, boobs are better.
Belly button is I was trying to pull out and I didn't quite do it in time, and now I'm just here. Here we are.
You generally pull out because that's where babies come from, right? So just in an effort of, hey, I really want to have sex. Really didn't have to talk whether or not I want to have a child, so I'm gonna try not to put it in the baby maker, right?
Right.
So with with some of that, and it was weird because with with old girl, she found out after we split up. She found out like her next dude wouldn't do it. So I used to get a couple like return calls, like he wouldn't do it. So I became almost like the backdoor specialist. She was dating a dude and it hadn't gotten really serious, but he wasn't down with it. And obviously because of after doing it plenty of times, where even I told her, I was like, bro, you might want to slow down on this. Like, I don't know how this is going to work. Like, a lot like people were concerned about e-cigs. Like, what's the long-term, yeah, I think everyone passed on the Blumpkin, man. They all said, no, Al. If that's your thing and you've got to wear that silly hat, none of the chicks in the room are down with your Blumpkin.
I'm
glad because
doesn't my hat make me look less like a hippie compared to his?
No, he looks like he's in the Kremlin for crying out loud. He looks like
don't you give away my
Russian Al.
Don't you give away my secret? How do you think we rigged the election, man?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But then my chick started my ex-chick, after even then she was like, yeah, we can't keep doing this, but thanks for, tied me over. And I was like, no problem, bro, fist bump. And then she was like, oh my God. She was like, she started masturbating in the bad place, right? Like full dildo in the bad place, and then use the, whatever apparatus, to like pleasure pause or like a pearl rabbit or whatever. And then boom. And she was like, oh my God. She was like, dude, and this is weird because then she, you know, we have a talk every like week or two, or hey, what's going on and whatever. And she was like, oh my God, dude, I can only when she's doing it by herself that she squirts. Never squirted during regular sex or during anal or during anything else. She did when kaboom and whatever. And she was like, dude, it's crazy and whatever. And I was like, oh, she may have factored it down. So we're like, I really don't need anyone. Like, I need somebody to go to dinner with and then leave me alone in my bathroom for about 15 minutes and I'm cool for the night. Because, and I was like, holy crap. I was like, that is nifty. So yeah, she had taken it to the whole next level. And I was proud of her. Good job.
That kind of goes to the, like, you don't even need someone to take you to dinner. You can make make some stick something in the microwave and then go to the bathroom and get a whole 15 minutes and then watch TV.
Yeah. Oh no, dude, that would be awesome. It's just, boy, that took a weird turn. So yeah, that was my like weird anal adventures.
Maybe that's like a new thing though, because like there's the here's a gift card to Applebee's. Let's go back to my place. I don't really want dinner. I just want to get it in. Maybe it's like, hey, I don't want to get it in, but I just want some company for dinner, and then we're gonna go back to the house and do ourselves, and then watch some TV.
Dude, that's what I was explaining to her. I was like, look, in whatever effort, that's something that needs to happen like every day, like a pressure reliever or something. So it's just it's kind of a thing. And if I was a female and doing whatever, yeah, like, dude, figure yourself out to whatever. That if somebody can aid and assist, or you like somebody to be in the process while it's happening, cool, because that adds an extra level of whatever. And Marlene was like, "Yep, she got the right idea, man." Yeah, dude, and that's awesome. If you can get yourself to that point and to squirt and to do whatever in your process of doing whatever, dude. All you need to do is somebody to hang out at the house and split bills and talk about the weather with. If you can go in there and knock it out like that, you win.
I don't want to figure it out. I just want my shiwi.
Yeah, dude, I'm working on the shiwi. It should be in process. And what did Marlene say? There's always a dude down to cuddle and hang and cuddle and have some shenanigans once in a while. Of course. And if you need your super, like, that would be like me having some weird thing, like I needed to put peanut butter, like smear peanut butter on my forehead and throw salami in the air while jerking off, and that would freak out most people. But if it gave me some amazing like psychotic orgasm or whatever, cool, I can do that. And then cool, let's Netflix and chill later and we can get it in regularly. But if you've got some weird proclivity, some weird thing, or not even weird, but just something that, look, even you being in the room is going to kind of F it up. Let me go ahead and take care of this, and I'll work out on, I'll work that out for you also, and say, okay, you have one. What's that? What do you have? A shiwi?
What?
Dude, I told you she was my like random cyber friend for a reason. Good job, Marlene. How do you do? We're getting one for Aaliyah, and we're going to have her go back there and use the shiwi. She was like, I pee on trees. It's awesome.
I want to pee on a tree.
Yeah, no, dude, I think you all should. I think that should be like the female starter kit. Like, you guys should, it should come with a shiwi.
Dude, I want to
That's
pee on
like
a
that's like
building
the
now.
hospital when they send you home with the hat and the cute little slippers and
Bootsies, whatever.
right.
Oh, yeah.
And then also a shiwi.
Yeah. No, dude, I mean, just think there's a lot of weird situations y'all are in that you have to pee and then, oh, I can't and whatever, and just being able to hang a line.
Oh no, I just lift my leg up and go. It's not that serious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's and
I hate you.
come to find out, Marlene actually has one. Yeah.
Jake!
So like, what's the weirdest?
Justina has one too.
What?
Maybe that's what it is. Like, dude, that's my prerequisite. When I start talking to a chick, I'm like, hey, what's going on?
You got
have you
a
ever
shiwi?
have you ever heard of the shiwi? Yeah, I actually have one. Cool. I'm actually going to spend some money and take you out. We're gonna go out on a date. And then if it's a date and when we get to it's a drinking date, I'm gonna have to see you pee on some random stuff, right? Because I'll pee on some stuff. I'll pee sitting down. You pee standing up. How will that go, right? This is a good.
Wait,
trick.
have I started to convert you to the whole pee sitting down?
Well,
here?
no, it just if
Are you getting as lazy as me?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But
You'll get there.
But
Don't
if
worry.
I met a chick who had a shiwi and then we got really drunk one day and I was like, bro, you got to pee on some stuff, and then we're out like drunk peeing, like hobo pissing some on things, then yeah, I would try and like sit down and point my pecker down and like do the sit pee like all the girls had to do before. I'm one for women's rights.
All right.
I'm gonna stand. Yeah, and she likes hiking too, so
There you go.
And then, Shayna says she squats like a pro. Dude, I've seen the lady like pee in distress, like in the middle. Like I used to work at a bar downtown Detroit, used to do stuff and hey, blah, 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 make sure everything's good. We're looking around. And dude, it would be random chick in the alley and sitting there like totally cool. Like you could be texting and like writing, an email and not getting pee on anything. Like I was baffled by it.
Yeah, I did see that one time coming out of a club in Detroit, and I walked out, and I went down to walk down the alley to where my car was parked on the other side of the street over there, and the girl just kind of sitting there, pee coming down,
Yeah,
and
we're all standing.
just do. Finished her business, sent the text message, got up, walked away.
Yeah, no, it's a real cool thing. I think it's awesome. I think more females and dude, all of our diehard late night tears seem to have it. Like that's it's a thing. I need to see it. I will feel good that I'm the one who helped bring the complete and utter joy of peeing while standing up or whatever. That'll be awesome. But little did I know, there's a reason why I love this group, and there's a reason why I love all
Because
these
everyone
random
is
cool chicks that they all
low-key pervs.
Well, no, it's not low-key pervs, but they're not like free. Dude, I swear to God, go walk around Plymouth or Canton and ask anyone. And why did we have to live in this little, snooty area where I could
Don't
ask
you love
30
the
million?
snooty people?
No, I really don't. I want girls who are down with the shiwi. God damn it. That's my new thing.
I think by saying low key, you ruled every single person. There's nothing low key about late night tea.
Yeah, only that it's a private group.
Well, yeah,
that
because
not
most
everybody
people
can
Isn't that
aren't ready for
basically
this.
what
They
low-key
are
is?
not ready for this. But once you're in there, there's no low key about it. We are ham.
No, not at all. And yeah, now we've got other ones going, oh, Samantha, you should try it. It's a whole new sense of freedom, which it is. It's awesome. It's totally cool. But on that note, I think we've hit our allotted time for this evening, and I don't know where else this conversation could go. I just broke out not every, but a whole lot of my shenanigans with anal business. We've now ventured into shiwi. I think every girl out there that has a shiwi should inform other girls that, Justina's trying her darndest to influence the shiwi. That's a good thing. Tell other girls about the shiwi.
Yeah, this is a shiwi revolution.
And when we get hers in, it should be shipped. So when we get yours in, we will definitely. That'll be good. If it wasn't too weird, pee with the door open. What's up, fellas? How you doing? Stand back, kind of.
Walk in wearing a dress.
Or do you want to?
pee with the
How
door
about
open?
once we get it going, we'll have a pee contest, you and I, and see who could pee further.
Oh.
We'll teach you some of the angles, like you kind of got to get down and help the angle get up and whatever. It's there's a lot to peeing standing up.
35 degrees. That's science right there.
Thank you, Justina. She
How
says.
would you know? You sit and pee.
Because it's physics. That's the optimal angle of
But
launch.
you've
That's how you
never
get the most
actually
distance at
tried.
35
You just
degrees.
sit
I
down.
don't need to try. It's physics.
Dude, how would
There's
he know?
math.
He's so
There's math
freaking
involved in
lazy.
this, man.
He really is. But we got Justina said you guys are amazing and so much fun. Thank you, Marlene. Good night, everyone. Awesome. So we're gonna carry the weird talk about pee and bad place probably until like the next hour until I sit on my couch. But awesome. Well, thank you everybody for chiming in. And hey, at any point when you've got if you're going through late night tea, you can post on the Bachelor Pad Radio, on me personally or whatever, if you think it's a good topic. Like I think it started out pretty awesome tonight with, hey, what is the weirdest place you had sex? There were a lot of places that I didn't, there were some that what's really up with the whole
the mirror
graveyard?
thing was actually cool.
The mirror thing
That
is
was real
super cool.
Right.
So
the nursing home was just wrong. You should be ashamed of yourself.
If you're on the late night
I'm gonna
tea
go crank in a goddamn nursing home.
Yeah.
Like I may leave. There's one right there on. There's one right on Lily, dude. I will go in and be like, yeah, I'm here to see my grandma. I'm just gonna wander around.
So
until
tomorrow when I open the paper and it says local man arrested for masturbating in nursing home.
I'm not gonna jerk it in the that would be wrong. I'm not gonna jerk it in there. I'm gonna find somebody to go in there and crank with. I'm fairly certain
even
you're gonna
worse.
find some. No, I'm gonna do weird bucket list stuff. I'm gonna be like,
Jake's
okay,
like, oh, hey girl, you're
how
only
many-
about 77.
no, I'm gonna be like, look, dude. All right, who hasn't had sex? Let's do wedding crashing on a retirement village and crank in one of their bathrooms, right? And they've got the handles, right? Because everyone's got to have handles. Well,
You're
fine. Well,
so
I'm just gonna look for somebody to help figure it out. But on that note, we're gonna go ahead and call it a wrap. This is the Bachelor Pad Radio. Jake,
Al.
Aaliyah.
crazy, and
Psych.
we're out. We'll see everybody tomorrow.